So I was having a conversation the other day with my grandmother, and she was sharing something personal with me that she was having a hard time with, and it was really like getting to her. And my grandmother raised me with all this wisdom. I've always loved sitting with her, as a child and soak up everything that she had to give to me. So now, that's what contributed to me being, the wise person that I am today. So I say all that to say, I was basically telling my grandmother how I get myself out of a rut, or, when I'm beating down on myself or when I'm going through something. I told her this: when I'm depressed, when I'm sad, when I just feel like it's just too much going on around me, I just want to sit still and feel sorry for myself. Like I just want to freeze. I don't want to do anything. Um, I told her that I always imagine my older self, and I would imagine what she would say to me if she just appeared right here, right now in front of me while I'm dealing with something or I'm feeling sorry for myself. What would she say to me? And I made my grandmother laugh because I was like, I picture myself as much wiser than I am now. I picture myself looking good, healthy, a woman to not play with, first of all. So I just picture like a spicy older version of me that's just glowing and looking great, living her best life. She would tell me to go ahead and cry. That's okay. But get your butt up. Don't sit here and waste your life. You only get one. And also, the decisions that I make right now, my older self is going to thank me for. And I also shared with my grandmother that I also picture my younger self. Um, I went through some things as a kid, and I was sad a lot as a kid, and I always remember telling myself, like, when I grow up, I'm gonna be successful, I'm gonna be happy, blah blah blah. And every time I'm sitting with myself and I'm really just, life is just tearing me up, and I'm just crying and I'm just, in my mood, I always like imagine my younger self looking at me and saying, dang, so I'll never get to be happy. It's always going to be like this for me. Even 20 years from now, I'm going to still be crying and I'm going to still feel the way that I feel right now. I don't want her to see that. I don't want my younger self to just feel like this is just what her life is about. Just feeling sorry for myself, being down and out. No, I wouldn't want her to see me like that. I would allow her to see me cry and, have my moment. And I would want to make her proud. I would want her to see me pick myself up and keep trucking and keep fighting in this difficult life and keep advocating for myself. That's another thing in, maybe difficult situations or friendships or whatever it may be. I always imagine her watching me in my decision making. I don't want her to ever think that, tolerating disrespect, like having a terrible job, or I just want her to see her worth. So I really am mindful about the decisions I make right now, because I imagine my little self, my younger me, just watching and observing and seeing what she has to look forward to. And also imagine like some of the things are teaching her what's okay. And that's what I think about when, like I said, I'm in a really tough situation. I want her to pay attention and see that, hey, this isn't okay, and it is okay for you to speak up about it. But I also want her to see me happy. That's always the goal. And I want to be resilient. So that's something that, is important to me. That's how, that's what I was sharing with my grandmother. How I, like I said, get myself out of a hump. And then I'm going to leave you with one more thing. You can also apply this to the present moment. So right now in this moment, I think of my 20s and all the decisions I made when I was a teenager and how it got me to where I am today. And I can write an entire list of things I'm so grateful she did that set me up for success right now in my present life. Because it's very easy for us to go through, a hard time, devastation, heartbreak, betrayal, and feel like, man, this is it. This is just what my life is, and that's not true. When I was younger, I always said, oh, when I grow up, I'm gonna be independent, I'm gonna be wealthy, successful, and I'm gonna make sure that the decisions that I make align with that. And I made sure to do that as a teenager and throughout my 20s. And here today, my 30-year-old self thanks my 20-year-old something self, my teenage self, for so many different things. So yeah, I just felt like maybe somebody else needed to hear this message. If they're going through something, if they're depressed, if they're just frustrated with life, or if you just feel like just fed up because you've been through so much. I'm hoping that this will make somebody feel better, because when I got off the phone with my grandmother, she said, girl, you done motivated me. Now I'm about to get up and have a good day, because she was having a rough day, and I talked to her, and it just felt good to do for my grandmother what she did for me and still does for me, my entire life. So now it's almost like I'm repaying her, or I'm paying her back, and I was so proud of myself. I couldn't believe that I was giving my own grandmother wisdom and, uplifting her, because most of the time, it's always your mother or your grandmother or older people in the family trying to help you out. But I felt so good that she trusted my words, she trusted my wisdom, and it really guided her. And I think that's beautiful. So I'm going to stop rambling. But if this little trick that I use on myself, if it helped you, please let me know. I would love for you to leave a comment. And I just want to know, like, if somebody uses this, I want to know how it felt for them, because it really, every time I do this, I got to get up out of bed and I'm about to start the day. I'm about to be productive. I want my younger self to be proud of me. I want my older self to be sitting pretty, to be comfortable, healthy, and living her best life. So guess what? Right now I need to get up and make decisions that my older self is going to thank me for, the same way right now I'm thankful to my younger self. So yeah, I'll leave you with that. And I really look forward to anyone's comments.